So we've just had the brief spoilers for One Piece chapter 1159 titled Island of Fate. So much information about different big names is revealed within this chapter, from Garling, Dragon, Roger, Rocks. So without further delay, let's dive into these brief spoilers. So the cover story sees Yamato return to the Flower Capital. This of course is after she had visited the grave of Kozuki Moriya. So the first reveal is that Shakky was kidnapped in Hachinozu, and the news had shook the whole world. Following this, 38 years ago, Garling had returned to God Valley, and he attacked Shanks and Shamrock's mother because he had wanted to take the twins to the Holy Land with him. We learned that Dragon was also at God Valley, but he was just a marine soldier at the time. Kuma, Ginny and Ivankov were traveling to God Valley in a slave ship, and young Morgans is leaking God Valley information to Pirate Island, Hachinozu. Next, we learned that Roxy Xebec had met with Harold again when he was on his way to God Valley. He tells him the reason that he wants to go there is because he fears for the safety of his family. So he had sent both his son and the mother of Teach to his homeland, which is God Valley. Then we have this huge reveal as the real name of Rox is revealed to be Davy D. Xebec, and he belongs to the Davy clan, who had lived in secrecy. Following this, Rox and Harold fight, but Harold loses on purpose as he lets Rox carry on his travels. Towards the end of the chapter, the God Valley tournament begins. Shakky is the biggest prize of the tournament, and Blackbeard as a child along with his mother are slaves for the tournament too. Dragon finds Shanks and Shamrock's mother, who is almost dead at this point, as she begs him to save her children. So yeah, the last bits of information from the brief spoilers is that there is no break next week, which is incredible news, and we learn some additional new information as the traitor who had kidnapped Shakky is revealed to be Wang Ji. He also killed Don Marlon and kidnapped Shakky for money for the world government. Apparently he had done this for some reason that is yet to be revealed. There are some huge revelations here. Now we learn the reason why Rox was heading to God Valley. He was going there to protect his homeland and to save his partner and his child. This does bring into question the true motives of Roger and Gob. What was the reason that they were trying to stop Rox, as Rox's intentions seem to be more than honorable here? It's great to see a young Dragon too, and how he was involved with the God Valley incident, and it seems like all of the key players who are linked to this one Island of Fate are gathering together, and it's more than likely that Oda is going to give us the complete God Valley incident flashback sooner rather than later. As all of the pieces have pretty much been put together, the build-up has been done, we are ready to see what had unfolded on the island. One of the biggest shocks from these brief spoilers is that Rox's real name is Davy D. Xebec, and he belongs to the Davy clan. Learning that his ancestor was none other than Davy D. Jones does bring into question the motives of Oda, and if he is following along this same path as Naruto. People are drawing comparisons to this, where Luffy and Teach are the current generation. The generation before that was Rox and Xebec, similar to Hashirama and Madara, and then Joy Boy, Davy Jones, Nika, and then the ultimate big bad, which is Emu. This entire theory is on the assumption that Luffy and Blackbeard will work together to take down Emu in the future, which I really hope Oda doesn't go down this route. I mean, even if Oda does follow a similar story to this, at least we can say Oda built it up rather than what Kishimoto had done at the end of Naruto, as all of these characters and all of these links had come out of nowhere, as characters like Kaguya within Naruto were arseholes right at the end, which nobody had seen coming. Reactions to this latest chapter have been incredible, so people are talking about how Xebec had abandoned his ambitions to protect his family, and this flashback has done incredible work to build up the image of Rox, and it's done irreparable damage to Roger. So Rox's true name, Davy D. Xebec, he wanted to change the world, he challenged Emu, he found a friend and he was betrayed by him. It seems as though he was a loving husband and a father, and in general he was fearless and a free pirate. So yeah, it's true, Oda has dropped one of the greatest One Piece characters here during these flashbacks. So it seems as though Dragon had saved Shanks' life from God Valley, and Garling ended up leaving the island with Shamrock, who had joined the world government in the end. This just has me really excited for the Dragon and Shanks reunion, and I'm really hoping that they both team up during the final arc of the series. Yeah, so Blackbeard's motives have also been solidified thanks to this flashback. So Blackbeard apparently was a slave, and his mother was brutally killed by celestial dragons during the tournament on God Valley, and it seems as though Blackbeard's father Rox was betrayed by everyone, possibly Whitebeard too, as he was ultimately killed. So Blackbeard does seem to have all of the motives to go against everybody, and this is incredible writing for a villain, as he has every reason not to trust anyone. The spoilers for this chapter also build on this Dragon versus Garling agenda. If Dragon took one son away from Garling, then you can bet in the final war, Garling is going to be after him. Yeah, it is pretty funny how a lot of Shanks fans continuously slander Dragon, but if it wasn't for Dragon, then Shanks wouldn't even be alive. Yeah, within this chapter, we see the actions of one of the greatest fathers and one of the worst fathers in One Piece. Rocks fights to defend his family, while Garling goes after his partner and tries to kidnap his own children. And this is what I was talking about, Shanks and Dragon teaming up against the world government. This is the alliance that we've all been waiting for. Some other fans are commenting on how mothers have this terrible fate within the One Piece universe. It's literally the deadliest job in the series. So it seems like many had gone to God Valley for prizes like Shakky, but Xebec went there because he wanted to save his son and wife, and Harold purposefully lost his battle against Rocks so that he could go to save his family. Seems as though Harold and Rocks' friendship wasn't entirely over. A lot of people are questioning the motives of Garp and Roger. Why is it that they had teamed up to stop a man from saving his own homeland and his family? I guess Garp did have a reason to stop Rocks, as Rocks did kill an admiral, but what was Roger's reasoning? People are massively questioning the character of Roger, referring to him as Frodger. The reason why Roger was on God Valley was to save Shakky. I'm guessing he teamed up with Garp because he didn't know that Rocks was trying to protect his family. The last few chapters have been really bad for Roger. The fact that he wanted Shakky but she friend-zoned him just for Rayleigh. I guess I have to remember that the Roger pirates were not at their peak here, and they were still a few years out from reaching Laugh Tale. Here you can see the comparisons between Roger and Rocks. So it seems as though Roger protected the Celestial Dragons at God Valley by teaming up with Garp. He was constantly simping for Shakky, who friend-zoned him. He wasn't there for his wife and kid. He didn't try to fight Emu even once, it seems. The world government didn't even try to erase him from history, and he died to 2 random marines. Whereas in comparison, the legendary Rocks, he fought the Celestial Dragons at God Valley. He stopped simping after he found a wife. Apparently he would do anything for his family. He pulled up on Emu's turf as just a rookie, and he was so dangerous that he had to be erased from history. And yeah, Rocks seems to have died after everyone had jumped him. Yeah, people are joking that yeah, he also gave that Celestial Dragon who joined his crew special treatment on his ship. This chapter also reveals an incredible full circle moment. After Dragon had saved Shanks, Shanks kind of repaid the favor by saving Luffy's life. These are the things that I absolutely love One Piece for. Everything makes sense and it all comes full circle in the end. But yeah, these are my thoughts on the brief spoilers that we've had for One Piece chapter 1159. Do let me know all of your thoughts on this latest chapter, and if there's anything that I've forgotten to mention, then let me know by continuing the discussion in the comments. Lastly, thanks for making it to the end of this one, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video.
A massive thank you goes out to all of my amazing Patreon supporters for helping to make this video possible. If you also want to support the channel and see your name in the end of my videos, then check out my Patreon, which has loads of perks like early video access and so much more. Thank you for sticking around till the end of the video, and whatever you contribute will mean a lot to me.